Alright, whenever you're ready.
Hey, so thanks for joining us on This Is My Piece of Crap Boat with AJ Hauser. One of our sealed rivets, and I'm going to dip it in here. I'm going to have to, you know what, this is hard.
That's going to the gag reel.
It's time for some bass smashing action.
Alright, so as you can see here, there's a couple different types of rivets. When you're working on an aluminum boat, you want to make sure that you're using aluminum rivets and aluminum washers. Now these are a little bit harder to find. Some hardware stores have certain sizes. I ended up ordering some of these bigger sizes off of Amazon. And you want to do that because if you use steel, like if you get a combination box, the steel will actually interact with the aluminum, or so I've read, and you'll get corrosion that way. So you want to make sure everything you're using is aluminum. Now there's two different types of rivets. There's your closed or sealed rivet, and there's just your standard rivet. And what happens is when you put this in your rivet gun and you pull this down, this ball goes through this tube and it expands the sides of the rivet. Well, if you're using one of these guys, water can get through there. It's not a sealed, closed thing. So I went through and I bought all kinds of stuff, you know, to fix the boat up, and I did one and I realized that's not watertight. So you have to order these sealed rivets, and the ball is already in there, and when you pull that out it expands, but the back stays closed. This is marine sealant, if it's silicone. Silicone's great for sealing all kinds of stuff. But all we're going to do here is we're going to take one of our sealed rivets, and I'm going to dip it in here. I'm going to have to, you know what, this is hard. Let me get some foil real quick. Alright, so we had a little bit of a mishap there. What we did was we cleaned out the end of the silicone here. This is marine sealant, it's silicone. We put some on a piece of aluminum foil here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rivet, the sealed rivet, and I'm going to dip it in the silicone. Get a layer of that on there. I'm not going to be stingy with it. We want a lot on there so we can wipe it off. And I'm going to take one of these aluminum washers, put it on the back, wipe that silicone off, get it back on there. And we're going to take this guy, we're going to go right through here. We're going to take another washer and we're going to put it on the front. And then we're just going to get our rivet gun and tighten that down. While it's wet, and there you go. That should be sealed. Hey guys, real quick, I just wanted to mention, if you haven't done so yet, please head over to clearwatersky.com and sign up for an account. It's free. If you're a guide and you want to hawk your wares, it's only $5 a month. That money helps us keep the site live. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing on the second one. We're going to get some silicone on the rivet itself. Take an aluminum washer, put that on, wipe off our excess, put it back on the rivet, put that in the bottom hole here, put our washer on the inside, put our rivet gun, push that nice and tight, there you go. Now we have two sealed rivets on the boat here, and I'll show you what those look like up close. Okay, so I did want to mention one other thing real quick on these sealed rivets. They come in different sizes. So you can see here that one is significantly longer than the other. This is, I believe, a 1/4 inch. This is a 1/2 inch. The diameter on both of these is 3/16. Now we've used the 1/4 inch here and here because we want this to be low profile and tight to the aluminum. If we were to use the 1/2 inch, it'd be sticking way up, you know, you'd be getting snagged on it all the time. I do want some of these 1/2 inch ones in case I have to stack washers like we're going to have to do on some of these bigger holes to seal them. But I'll probably only need about 3 of them, and the rest will be these 1/4 inch rivets. So just something to be mindful of when you're picking these out. Well, thanks for joining us on another episode of Fixing My Piece of Crap Boat. What we're going to do here is we're going to go around, we're going to fill in all these rivet holes, and we'll check in with you guys next week. Thanks. This is where the script would come in handy.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you do a sign off and not sound like, okay, thanks a lot, I will see you next time on
Right.
the next video to be having. No, not Hey, so thanks for joining us on This Is My Piece of Crap Boat with AJ Hauser. No, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go around and we're going to fill all these holes in, we're going to clean the boat out, and then we'll check back in next week and start the next step. So thanks, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Let's try that again.
Alright.
You can say, bass smashing action. Bass smashing action.
It's a giant. I actually did see a 3-pounder over here swimming around.
Did you?
Yeah, so they've moved. They're actually back over where we've seen them in the past. 5 cameras going at once, you know.
Good food?